Coming to you from the Loading Ready Run orbiting underground moon base, it's the LRRcast. Switch it up. With different
inflections.
Speed ramping.
Yeah.
Coming to you from the Loading Ready Run orbiting underground moon base.
Just keep everybody on their toes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Catch everyone off guard. Hey, everybody, it's the LRRcast. Graham here.
Hi, I'm James.
I'm Paul.
Yeah, and today we're talking about our monthly expenses. So
my mortgage payments are no.
Yeah,
I'm not
so
gonna do that.
accountants get your
Get your calculators
out. Yeah.
Start adding them up, figure out how much money we're wasting a month.
It's tax season. No, so obviously we're not talking about like our rent or food or utilities.
Do I have to talk about my car?
I probably not.
All right.
Nah.
Do you have a car subscription?
No, I don't. Actually, I mean that would be like if somebody, none of us here are, but I mean there are zip car or car share programs that they exist in Victoria, so that would be
I
interesting.
think it's called Victoria Car Share.
Yeah, nobody here has one though. So
No. So that would work, I guess, maybe. But no, we're talking about other stuff that you are our monthly things that's not... We don't need to survive. I consider internet part of needing to survive, by the way.
Yeah.
In that it's how I conduct my job.
yeah, like internet. We're not going to talk about phone bills or anything like that either. Like
utilities.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
Weird things.
Oh, exactly. Broadband is now a utility.
Exactly.
In the States.
In the States.
In America.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
All right. Well,
Congrats, by the way, to all you Americans. Good job.
so that's
Some
what
people were asking us. They were like, "Why are you so excited about it?" And it's like, well, two things. One, for us, like for Loading Ready Run, a vast majority of our viewership is from the States, and it would be bad for our viewers if net neutrality
because we ain't going to pay for fast lane.
Nope.
And two, for us as Canadians, if that hadn't gone through and Comcast and Time Warner and all them had done all the speed ramping, it would have been like a year before all the Canadian ISPs were like, really, you
We
say?
wants to do that
We
too.
can get away with that?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So happy about that.
We actually have some pretty strong net neutrality laws in Canada.
Oh, but Kathleen is whispering from off camera that there are some pretty strong net neutrality laws in Canada that were put in place since 2009.
They'd probably try,
that can't
though.
happen, but they'd try.
Yeah,
they'd try.
Our equivalent of the FCC,
The
CRTC.
CRTC already said you can't. Okay, interesting.
Most of those services are run out of the state, so it would still affect us.
Okay, thank you. No one heard you say that last part. Anyway, so let's talk about the fun stuff. I subscribe to Netflix.
Yep.
Yep.
I've made use of it for 4 episodes of House of Cards already.
Yeah, House of Cards released yesterday.
It released 13 hours ago.
And you've watched 4 episodes already.
I've watched 4. There are people who have watched all of them,
The
who have
13
live blogged it.
They've watched the 13
They've all 30
episodes.
It hit last night at midnight, and I started watching immediately, and then started trying to do the math, being like, because I had a job to do early this morning with my dad. I was like, if I call my dad and say I can't, can I actually just marathon this and then just waltz into the office? And no, I can't. I would still be like missing the last episode.
You would fall asleep during the podcast.
I think what I'll do is I stayed up until, this is what happened. I stayed up until 2:00 watching in my office, at which point I went to my bed and I was like, hooray, I'm in bed. Wait, I still have 3 devices within arm's reach that I can access and watch Netflix on. Crap. And I did. I just picked up my phone and I was like checking Twitter, and then I just hit Netflix and it was just like, you could just pick up your last episode from right here. I'm like, doop. And I'm like, oh, well, here we are.
Damn you, Netflix.
This is where I'm at now.
I liked your other plan of just turning on each screen in the house to a different episode and just watching them all at once.
It was 11. I have 11 screens that I could watch.
Just let the Frank Underwood wash over.
Or what you do is have them all on the same episode. So you can just like wander throughout your house
and never miss a bit.
And the episode will just continue playing.
I feel like syncing that up would be hard.
Yeah.
Anyways, Netflix.
Yeah, I don't use it as much as I
Netflix
should.
is something that I've paid for since, honestly, the day they came to Canada.
Pretty much, yeah.
I subscribed to Netflix, and when it first came to Canada, it was $6.99. I believe it's now up to $7.99.
It is. Madness.
So it cost me $8 a month. The way I justify Netflix for myself is, especially it's a lot easier actually nowadays than it was early on, because they have, not only do they have more of a selection of movies and TV shows to watch, they also have all their original content. So
because when it started in Canada, it was not as good as the US.
Yeah.
The Netflix Instant, like the stuff that you could watch, was not the same and was not as much. Remember when we had all of SNL for like a week?
yeah,
That was nice. I'd like that back.
So for me, I spend $8 a month, and as long as I find myself watching at least 2 to 3 hours of content a month, so whether that be a couple TV shows or a couple movies, I just keep it around because it's nice to have. Like, it's just like sometimes you're just bored and you're at home and you're like, Netflix, go. I mean, the joke is, and it's because it's true, most people will just open Netflix, look for like 15 minutes trying to find something to watch and be like, nah, I don't want to watch any of this.
Yeah.
And then closing it down. But the original content has been helpful. I watch House of Cards. I've watched Arrested Development. I watch Orange is the New Black. Those three specifically are really big ones. And in my opinion, those three alone have paid for the service over the last couple of years. You know, Netflix costs about $100 a year to have it. Mm-hmm. I will happily pay $100 to have quality content like House of Cards and stuff like that.
And you can use it for what I use it for also, which is going, what terrible Steven Seagal movie do I want to have playing in the background while I'm trying to edit videos? That only happened once. It was really, really bad, that particular Steven Seagal movie. But I like having it around to, like, I don't actually watch their new stuff. I use it primarily for having junk I don't really care about just sort of going on my second monitor while I'm doing stuff that doesn't require my full attention. But I've also used it for watching movies that I haven't caught in theaters because I haven't been as good at that recently. But I don't watch it as much as I should. Maybe I should reevaluate Netflix.
I mean, again, it's something that is, as long as I can justify 1 or 2 movies a month, even if it's just average, right? You know, if I don't use it for a couple months and then 1 month I end up watching like 6 movies, then cool, that's great. But at that point, maybe it's just worth unsubscribe. It's easy to unsubscribe from Netflix. Just subscribe whenever you need it, sort of thing, right? I mean, you end up with it for a month, but whatever.
I subscribed to Netflix to watch the original House of Cards.
Yeah,
that was sort of what got me subscribed to Netflix, and again, it certainly has become a lot more useful over time. You know, we actually in Canada we're actually getting like some of them, like there was it was pretty good when I subscribed, and then there was a dark time.
Yeah.
Like it started getting really bad where it was just like, we have all the movies that you want to see, except they're not actually the movies that you want to see. They're the similar named ones.
Do they have transmorphers?
I don't know. I remember they had Hansel and Gretel Half Baked, which was like a weird Hansel and Gretel. See, these movies love, or Get Baked or something. Anyway, these companies love that all these big movie studios are making movies out of public domain properties, right? Because then they can be like, nobody has the rights to Hansel and Gretel. We can just make that.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, really quickly looking at recently added, we got all 3 Austin Powers.
Yeah.
So that's something. Departures, which is a Canadian travel show, which is really good, actually.
I like Departures.
You should definitely check that out.
It still frustrates me to no end that Netflix will consistently have like the second or third movie of it in a series,
But not the first one.
And it's just like, why? Who negotiated that contract? Why did you negotiate that?
They must have a team of lawyers working around the clock on various acquisitions.
But anyway, it's
well, you'll be happy to know that you can watch all 3 Terminator films right now.
Sweet.
So
Why would I be
something.
happy about that?
I don't know. All of Friends.
Those 2 are good.
Exactly. Why do I care about the third
this
one?
isn't big for us, but very at the start of the year, All of Friends was put on Netflix, which was huge for Netflix. Like, that's a huge get for Netflix. I don't really care seen every episode of Friends. I don't need to see them again.
You own it all on DVD anyway.
Yeah, I think Ashley does. Yeah, but I mean, the thing is that I own all of these DVDs and TV shows.
You're not going to go put a DVD
I don't use them.
No.
Like the only TV show
I used to like aggressively buy DVDs and stuff because I love bonus
Special
features and
features,
commentaries and stuff. And I'm bummed that there's no opportunity for that on digital services.
I mean,
yet.
Netflix has dabbled in it. Like it exists on Netflix. There are ways to do it, but it's definitely something that they need to do more of. So.
Also, I have a complaint. The version of Rumble in the Bronx is unwatchable. It is a 4:3 pan and scan, and is interlaced. So it's got that combing thing on it. It is garbage, and Netflix should be embarrassed.
You should just, yeah.
One day, I was thinking like someday I want the Netflix CEO to like at their like whatever quarterly earning meeting or whatever, just like come out on stage or do a presentation at CES or something. Come out on stage and just be like, starting tomorrow, everything that is available on Netflix, like by mail, is now Netflix Instant, and just drop the mic and walk off.
Yeah.
Like basically everything.
Yeah. That'd be good.
I mean, so that's a conversation I have with people a lot of the time, and we kind of rope that in with the next service that I use at least, which is Rdio, which is a music streaming service. I know Kathleen uses it as well.
Yeah.
I actually pay for 3 instances of Rdio. Myself and Ashley and Adam. We all use it and all really love it. And I pay for the $10 a month, although it's a little cheaper because I subscribe for 3, so that gives me unlimited streaming from not only your computer but also your mobile, which is important, right? Like that's where I listen to a lot of my music is on my iPhone. So I can stream as much music as I want. I can sync as much music as I want for offline listening, which is sweet. I really love that. And it is a service that I would probably give up. I think that I would give up every other service that I'm going to talk about today before I gave up Rdio.
Wow.
Easily. Because just having that ability to listen to almost whatever music I want anytime, anywhere, any day is amazing.
And the Rdio selection is pretty good.
Rdio selection is phenomenal. At least for my taste, it's incredible. I know Ashley really loves it. I know Adam really loves it. And all 3 of us have fairly different tastes in music. Just the other day, they're constantly adding stuff to it. Just the other day, and this was sort of streaming music-wide, Led Zeppelin finally showed up in Rdio, in Spotify, and
the licensing. I
guess they finally were like, all right, let's do this, which is fantastic because who doesn't love Led Zeppelin? So mixing that with my Sonos player at home, which is probably my favorite piece of tech I've ever bought, is just awesome, and I love it so much. And I would probably not give it up because I really, really enjoy it. But something I ask people a lot of the time is, how much would you pay for one of these services? Where you have, so here's the service.
Okay.
You have it's Netflix and Rdio combined.
Okay.
So it's your music, it's your movies, your TV, and your music. It's as much as you want. There's no limitations on it, and it's basically everything. So it's not like, I'm not saying like when I say everything, I mean like all the major TV shows from all the major networks, cable shows, HBO, all that sort of stuff, all the major movie releases the day they come out on DVD, all the major music labels, stuff like that. Just
so there's literally no reason to have cable.
Correct.
Like there would be nothing that's on TV.
And we're talking like, and for TV, we're talking like next day you can watch. Like it's on TV on the Monday, you can watch it on this service on Tuesday.
Right.
At like midnight or whatever. How much do you pay for that service? How much are you willing to pay for that service?
That's a good value proposition.
I mean, the value is unimaginable because it will never happen.
Yeah.
So it's hard to actually think about it. But a service like that for me, I mean, even if you just look at how much I pay for cable and how much I pay for Netflix and how much I pay for Rdio, I would still probably pay close to double that for that service. Yeah. I would be willing to pay double the amount of what I pay for all of those 3 services combined.
So get on
for
it,
that
entrepreneurs.
right?
Figure out that licensing hellhole.
And I mean, that's close to like probably like $180 a month. Like I would gladly pay $180 a month to have access to basically any media that I want at any time, anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't know about that much, just because like I don't have cable.
I have no
like,
concept of what I would pay for that, but yeah. Wow.
I can see like $50 a month or something, but
That'd be pretty sweet though. That's what I want.
Speaking of $50, this is not monthly fee, but I'm subscribed to PlayStation Plus.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am. I am a PlayStation Plus subscriber.
I mentioned this on my list, even though they're not monthly. I mentioned PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live.
I am not an Xbox Live user anymore.
I don't know that I need to be.
Yeah,
when I wrote it down on the list, I was like,
"Why am I?" Yeah, I don't. I haven't fired up my Xbox in months.
Well, as soon as they made it so that you didn't have to be an Xbox Live or Xbox Gold subscriber to watch Netflix on your Xbox, for instance, I was like, "Oh, don't need that no more." Because
I think I have some free. I have like a free. Like 6 months or something that I'll use when it lapses, but unless some sort of really fancy exclusive comes out, I don't know if I need to use that anymore.
I feel like there is actually an exclusive coming out for Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider is an exclusive, isn't it?
Really?
I feel like it is for Xbox One later this year. At least for when it's first released.
It's also you don't have an Xbox One.
It's just like
that's a bigger problem. Yes,
like a new Tomb Raider.
So now
it's the second Tomb Raider in the new sort of reboot series.
But I mean, you don't want to play that online anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, do you need to play that online?
Probably not. Well, yeah, probably not.
Like you don't need gold unless you're like.
That's true. Yeah,
Tomb Raider isn't about the. I mean, there is a multiplayer.
There is multiplayer, but
yeah,
who
that's
cares
like
about that?
I should mention I play and enjoy Xbox games. That has not changed, but I don't
use the.
I haven't used the online aspect in a while.
Yep, that's fair.
Yeah, it is an Xbox exclusive, 360 and Xbox One. Tilt. Interesting.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to get through 360.
PlayStation Plus, on the other hand, things I'm enjoying about that is I get to play Destiny, obviously. It's pretty relevant for me at the moment. Also, the free games.
Free games are sweet.
Which they've started to do on Xbox Live.
Well,
yeah.
But, it's... You every month you just go to the online store and it's like, here's a bunch of free games. And you just say... buy, and it's like, you've bought it, good job. Now you own it for as long as you subscribe to PlayStation Plus. And there's like Vita games or PS3 games or PS4 games, and it's like I can't hold all this value.
Yep.
So if you unsubscribe, you lose all that stuff.
Yeah, but that makes sense. I'm okay with that because I'm not buying that game. It's free for as long as I do the thing. Cool. Just a second, I took a picture of the thing I wrote down. Oh yeah, less corporate focused stuff. Anyone back any Patreons?
I back. I think actually the only Patreon I back anymore is just the Limited Resources Patreon.
Same here. Yeah, the Limited Resources podcast with Marshall and Louis Scott Vargas.
Yes, I think that's correct.
The per, because it's a per podcast.
It's per podcast
backing. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's quite a lot.
What about you? No. I mean, I backed a couple like Kickstarters and stuff, but no Patreons.
Yeah,
no Patreons.
I mean, Kickstarters are interesting, like
on a recurring basis.
Like there are some Kickstarters that I have backed that are still active, but
active as in you haven't gotten your stuff, or they are currently in their 30-day.
No,
still
like
going.
That I haven't gotten the stuff yet.
Oh, okay.
Like Hyperlight Drifter. That game looks sweet.
That's right.
Penny Press, one of the winners of Tabletop Deathmatch Season 1.
Yep.
Which that should be shipping pretty soon. They got PAX East coming up, and it's going to be shipping up before or afterwards. I think that's all I have that I haven't actually received yet.
So I backed Pebble the other day. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Despite almost doing it on stream, I actually forgot to back Strafe before it closed.
Yeah, I pulled the trigger on Pebble.
Oh right, Grow,
and
also,
then
the other one from the new Cyan Worlds game, Abduction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think the only one I have outstanding right now is the AmeriCorg, the one by the Skull Monkeys guys.
Armacrog?
Armacrog.
Yeah.
Armacrog.
By the Neverhood.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
the Neverhood.
the Neverhood guys, anyway.
Not actually the Neverhood for legal reasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
On Twitch,
Yep.
I have two Twitch subscriptions. I subscribe to our buddy Kenji, Numa the Nummy,
I also subscribe to Kenji.
and I subscribe to Doc,
I also subscribe to Doc.
which is Twitter, or his Twitch is SG Doc. They're both Magic streamers, which is the only stuff I regularly watch and interact with. There's other stuff I watch on Twitch, but they're the only streamers that I like connect with enough that I want to support them.
I currently subscribe to 4 Twitch accounts, and 2 of those will probably be going away, just because 4 is probably a little too many. I feel like $20 is like.
I mean, it depends on how. I mean, this whole thing, right? Like, this,
it's
everything that we're talking about here is how.
Yeah, it's like
what do you consider the value that you're getting out of this, right?
Yeah,
and it's like, how do you spend your your entertainment time?
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I was joking.
I mean-
on my stream last night, I was playing Resident Evil Revelations 2, Episode 1.
Yeah.
Which was $6 if you buy it by itself. You can also buy a season pass, but I didn't. But it's $6. And someone was like, so is this game worth buying? And I was like, well, that depends entirely on what you want for $6 worth of entertainment. I think this is totally worth it. Like, no question, because
Right.
it's only $6 and look at everything that you get out of it. And then someone in the chat was like, well, I subscribe to your channel, and that's hundreds of hours of streaming a month for $5. So by comparison, this game is a terrible.
Although
investment.
I mean, when you compare it, that's a tricky one to compare, because you don't have to pay us $5 to subscribe to our channel to enjoy the hundreds of hours a month we stream. Whereas if you want this game legally, you will have to give these people $6 of your own money.
Yeah.
Or somebody else's.
Or somebody else's.
Someone else's money.
I guess
We don't care.
That becomes not legal at a certain point. I guess.
And for me, at least, the 4 streamers that I subscribe to, I watch often enough that I feel like $5 is more than fair. Some maybe more than others. Just in terms of how much I watch them. It's not so much I don't feel like it's worth it. It's that everything just starts adding up. Like when you actually start thinking about all the things we've already talked about today, we're talking like over $100 a month. And that's not nothing,
No, it's not.
I'm not making hundreds of thousands of dollars a
You
year.
just said that you gladly pay $180 a month.
Yes, but I feel like that would be absolutely worth it, right? Also, that would be something that when I say I'd be willing to pay that would be a shared expense with Ashley, right? That would be something that we would benefit from. We would each benefit from, right?
Are you saying Ashley doesn't benefit from the Magic streaming on Twitch?
No, but that's not included in my crazy.
Would you get the dog to chip in?
Possibly.
She does watch a lot when you guys aren't there.
Jade's got to start pulling her weight.
Yeah, she isn't paying any rent. We're buying her food. What a jerk.
Our cats still staunchly refuse to get jobs.
Yeah, tiny jerk.
They got to pull up by their paw straps. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, didn't know quite where that joke was going. Who are your subs on Twitch?
Kenji, Doc, Sevidus, Bacon Donut. The last 2 are Minecraft streamers. The first 2, as Graham already said.
You watch a lot of Minecraft.
I watch a lot of Minecraft streamers, and it works out. I watch 3 Minecraft streamers, and the 2 that I subscribe to are the 2 that I watch probably the most. Sevidus, who streams. He starts streaming at like 6 a.m. our time. He lives in Hawaii till about noon or 1, so I can watch him when I get up, and I can watch him generally when I get home from lunch. And then Bacon always streams night, like from like 6 o'clock our time till like 2 or 3 a.m. So I can watch him in my office at night or when I go to bed or something like that.
Convenient.
Kenji is basically always streaming. I also consider Kenji a friend, whereas with Doc, I will always subscribe to Kenji because I actually consider that he is a friend of mine, and I like supporting friends, which is a big reason why I support Limited Resources, even when I haven't listened to the podcast for like 4 weeks, and I should, but I've paid
some good episodes recently.
Yeah, I know, and I've paid for them, so I should probably listen to them. I even paid the one that we were in. That was my favorite part.
Yeah.
It was getting that Patreon notification saying, "Thank you for your $2. Here, listen to a podcast that you recorded." Damn it!
It's like Marshall is just coming to your house and stealing money from you.
Essentially, yes. Another monthly expense that isn't a set amount, but is certainly something I spend a decent amount of change on is apps in the App Store. I would probably wager I spend between $5 and $10 a month in the App Store on various games
really?
and stuff like
James
that.
is a real soft sell.
Especially
You can be like, "Hey James, check out this cool app," and he will download.
probably just buy it. Yeah, like it. I'll just do it because it's such a low entry.
Have you downloaded Mola Mola yet?
I did. I downloaded it while we were up at the mountain, but it was free.
Yeah, I know, but still.
But yeah, I mean, basically, I'll download any app that anybody tells me to. So, I mean, in the comments below, let me know what apps I should download, and I will actually seriously consider checking them out. Like, I have downloaded hundreds of apps over the last 6 years since I've had this phone, since we've had the iPhones, and probably easily thousands of dollars worth of apps purchased. That being said, the app I use most was well worth the, I think, $5, which is Tweetbot.
Oh my god, I love that.
Easily the best app.
So
Tapbots are phenomenal and make great products, and you should go check them out if you have an iPhone.
Yeah,
I'm very miserly with my app purchases, but I think the one I probably use the most is Alien Blue.
I use
the Reddit client.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you pay for the Pro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I tend to get given App Store credit for like Christmas and birthdays, so because people know that I like to use it. So yeah. Also because it works for music as well, which is nice. Right, in the same realm of supporting content that I enjoy, in addition to Twitch and the
Patreons?
Yeah, and in addition to Twitch and Patreon, another thing that I do, and again, this is not monthly, it's actually 6 monthly, is Club PA, which you do as well.
I'm a member
which
of Club
is, obviously, that's, why can't I words? It's Penny Arcade. And the Club PA thing is, what do you get out of that? You get a pin, for one thing.
Which is...
Because James and I are into the pin trades, yo.
Yeah.
The staff podcast.
Yep.
Which I really enjoy that, actually. I think it's a fun podcast, and for me, like, I actually know those people, so maybe it's different, but apparently they get a lot of really good feedback on the staff podcast. And
I know you get early access to PATV, the series, which currently doesn't exist, but I think it's supposed to be coming back in March, they've said.
I think so, yeah. It's not currently airing, but it will be.
It will be. Yeah, I mean, Penny, like the PA Club, PATV Club, or whatever the hell it's called, is another one of those sort of like, I do it for the pin. I do it because I like what Penny Arcade does.
Yeah.
And I do it because I, again, consider some people there, not all those people, but some people there my friends.
They know.
The people who are not my friends know what they did. And again, I like supporting cool people who do cool things, and I
want to imagine,
I think they're cool people who.
I don't think anyone there listens to this podcast, but I want to imagine, like, like whoever it is who I'm not friends with, they know who they did. I want to imagine Dave Kaufman being like, "Shit,
yeah,
what did I do?" For some reason,
I didn't want to name names, but it was Dave, Kiko, Kenneth. You know what you did.
What else, Paul? Do you have any others?
Well, I was thinking this is sort of in the realm of a utility, but for me, like, one of my monthly expenses is I have a web server. I have my own web server. Somewhat nifty. Is and it's one of those things where it's like I originally got it just to host my own website, but it's just incredibly useful to have a little chunk of web space. Obviously we've got Loading Ready Run, but there's a chunk of web space that's not associated with Loading Ready Run that I can just sort of use to do whatever I want. I have a blog up there. And I can use it to throw up little random projects that I work on, or even if I just want a place to like dump stuff so that I can get to it later, stuff like that. Like, it's just, and the service that I particularly use for my server gives me effectively unlimited space on the server. So
nice.
I also use it to back up like my entire computer.
Yeah.
Or
In the
a large portion of my computer.
In the same realm, I have Dropbox, and which is not monthly, but I have Dropbox. And what is monthly is iCloud.
Do you pay for Dropbox? Do you actually have an account?
Yes.
You pay for extra storage?
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
I also have
comes up.
I also have iCloud. Although iCloud got like pretty cheap, right? Like
Oh yeah.
it's
Like I switched from one of
it's
the old plans to the new plan. It's like
it's like a buck a month, isn't it, or something like that?
I get a little bit more space, and I get it's like $250 a month. It's
yeah, it's pretty cheap.
It's worth it just so that when I do the phone, I don't have to. When I upgrade my phone, I don't have to mess around with stuff. I just go this account and it downloads everything.
Yeah, I don't actually back up my phone to iCloud, so
I do.
Something that very recently ended. And I don't actually know the story of how this happened, but I've paid a lot of money into World of Warcraft over the years.
Oh, right.
I don't anymore. That being said, for the last year, my account has been paid in full, and I don't know how that happened, but regardless, I can probably guess that I spent upwards of $2,000 on that game over the last decade. When we talk about $15 a month, the cost of all the games.
We did the math actually recently for a Checkpoint story, and it was only like $1,800 or something.
For
if you had been subscribed since the very beginning.
Since the very beginning, I mean, it's going to be $15.
Because there's a thing where they were giving away a special thing to people who have been subscribed.
Yeah, you get like a statue, like a mini version
Yeah.
of the giant orc statue.
Yeah.
And they were giving it away randomly to people who had been subscribed since within like a couple months of the first thing. So November 2004. So that's 10.
It's 10 years and
10 years and 3 months.
3 months at this point.
So that's hang on. I can do that math. It's 123 months, right?
It's more like $15.
Yeah, so times $15. Yeah, so it's like $18.45.
Yeah, but then you also factor in the cost of the games, the original game, the 4 expansions that are currently 4 or 5, I can't remember. Server transfers, which I've done a few times. I've never done a name change, but server transfers are like $25 a pop, so it definitely adds up.
Were you subscribed since the beginning?
I was subscribed.
You haven't been subscribed the whole time.
No, I have not been subscribed. I subscribed in March 2004. 2005, sorry.
But you let it lapse a few times.
Yeah, it's definitely lapsed over the years. Like, I haven't paid throughout that whole time, but the times I have paid, it's probably been like 6 years of paying plus all 5 of the games plus a few server transfers. So
it sounded like you said 6 years of pain.
Also, it was that
6 years of pain.
There was a lot of pain. I pay a very small amount for a monthly vanilla Minecraft server that I have that I can join whenever I feel like. It's like $4 a month. I've been thinking about doing that for a Counter-Strike server as well. And actually like making it public to you guys, because I'd like to start playing Counter-Strike again. But I don't want to play with noobs. Well, I want to play with noobs, but I want to play with you noobs. So
known noobs.
Yeah, known noobs.
Known noobs.
So might look into doing that as well. But at this point, my monthly expenses are already terrifying me now that I'm already talking about all of them.
I was afraid when I suggested this as a topic. I was afraid that might be an unintended consequence.
Yeah, I'm like,
that we'd all be like,
God,
ooh,
I spent so much
to reevaluate stuff.
It turns out that we are single-handedly supporting a whole bunch of different.
Yeah,
and I'm okay with that because a lot of amazing people support what we do. So
yeah, well, I mean that's part of why I thought that this would be fun to sort of be like. Like we were like singing the praises of Netflix or something. I wasn't wanting it to be like an ad for the various things that we subscribe to, but just sort of like, oh, that'd be neat to talk about. Like this is what we do with our monthly sort of entertainment budget, I guess. But yeah, I watch a lot of Twitch.
Yep.
A lot of Netflix and stuff. If the WWE network was in Canada, I'd probably subscribe to that.
That's true.
It is, but if it was in Canada in not a stupid way,
yes,
I would probably subscribe to that because we have it different in Canada in a way that's bad and dumb. It's like
that's like the tagline for online services, and we have it different in Canada.
Yeah,
we have it different in a way that's bad and dumb.
Yeah, it's never like.
We're the only
we have it
country
better in Canada.
No, we're the only country that has it like that. Anywhere else, you can just subscribe directly to the network and use it through your app or your computer. And in Canada, it's gated by Rogers. You have to get it through.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's Rogers' fault.
Yeah.
Well,
Good.
because I already
many things are Roger's fault.
I already have anger towards Rogers, and it just makes it easier.
Pile it on.
Yeah,
hate them more.
it's
Pack
like
it down.
I don't like to, it makes it so I can focus more.
Yeah.
I don't want to spread out my anger too
Well, you
much.
pack the anger down, and then you put the shot in, and then you tamp it down with a whatever it's called, blocker. And then you can use your anger to launch rage at Rogers. I don't know. Just save it up for when you need to call in and get like your upgrade fee removed or something.
Right.
I've been a customer for.
Like, sir, you have to say a number there. You can't just go.
You can't just sound.
You can't just degenerate into
You can't sound like a Murloc.
indistinct gargling.
Yeah.
Murloc. I think that's it.
Yeah,
I think that's all the money I spent.
That's all the money. Well, I mean, I spend a lot more money, but
Oh, I spent
not-
money on all sorts of other things.
Yeah, but not.
Ask me about my coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Subscription to the parsonage.
It's basically a subscription.
that would be even worse. If
I mean, I go in and I give them money regularly.
Yeah.
And then they provide me with coffee. So it's
Yeah, it wouldn't be like I'd be curious, like someplace like Starbucks, a big coffee place. I'm surprised they don't do that. Just have like
a card where it's just like
$50 a month,
and you get
and you get like whatever a coffee.
Yeah,
coffee
I mean,
a day.
that would only be a $5 drink a day for 10 days though. Would be $50.
Yeah, well,
I mean, that's
it's
not
supposed
really
to be a good deal.
That's not
Oh,
really
okay.
any different. Yeah, I mean, that's not really any different than loading up like a gift card, right? So
right. But the
Although
idea is
maybe,
they could then like go in and just get coffee.
maybe
whenever
like
you
a
want.
special gift card that if you use it every day, you get 10% off your drinks or something like that. That'd be kind of interesting,
I
actually.
would probably subscribe to one of those like mystery fun boxes.
Oh, like Loot Crate?
Yeah, or something. If the ones available in Canada weren't garbage and expensive.
It's not that they're garbage; it's that they're expensive.
Well, there's one that got very, very poor reviews.
Oh, okay.
But there was, like Loot Crate itself. It's
Like-
just the additional shipping to get.
My,
to
yeah, my
Canada
understanding is we get the same Loot Crate as they do in the States. We just pay almost
like another $15.
yeah,
or
like
something.
$15 or $20 more for just shipping.
There are a
It's
lot of
like,
there are a lot of interesting mail order things like that we haven't been able to dip into because we're in Canada. But
Yeah.
I don't know, but the Loot Crate stuff always seems it's just like pay us this amount of money, we will send you random crap to fill up your house.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I want, though.
That's the other.
Gimme.
That's the
It's-
other reason I probably wouldn't go for it, but.
But
I like there's magic specific themed ones that I kind of dig.
Yep.
That's like a pack of cards, some sleeves, some like cool counters, and the next time you get like custom made dice and say it looks cool, but
I was gonna say packs of cards and sleeves are not something that we are really low on around here.
well, it's interesting stuff.
Yeah.
It's the fun of opening a present, right? You're
Right,
like,
right.
what could be inside? Whoop. Didn't you used to get one for your dog?
Yeah, Bark Box.
Yeah.
Yep. Bark Box is
That counts.
yeah. We don't do it anymore, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was definitely something that worked really well. The big problem with Bark Box that we found is that they sent too much stuff. Like we
You
were
have a
getting
small dog.
Yeah, it's a small dog, and like it's a lot of like it's just like every month it's like we don't need another piece of another bag of like treats or like 2 bags of treats sometimes or another fucking toy that she's gonna piss me off with, like just
Maybe Jade went in there and like added a bunch of like more treats. Send more treats in the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
box.
I'd be okay with that for our cats because our cats will wreck a toy.
yeah.
Cat toys don't last long with our cats, especially
fair.
Cavern. He plays for keeps.
I mean, that being said,
Is there like a meow box?
I don't know. There should be.
There probably is. I would be surprised if not. Her favorite toy that she did get in, because that's the thing is that when you have a small dog, often you'll get cat toys. So her favorite toy is a big piece of Swiss cheese that has 3 mice in it that you like get out and paw around with and stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay, cool.
So
Be like Jade, you're a dog.
yeah, constantly
wrong.
you're a dog.
Yeah.
Stop it.
She doesn't care.
when we're-
That's what's great.
To be clear, when we're sort of playing with like a feathery thing on a stick or something, we'll
Yeah,
sort of,
yeah,
like
yeah.
bat it around, and Baxter will like bat it around and try to catch it and stuff, and be like a cat playing with the thing, and Cavern will just like watch it for a sec and then just one hit,
Just
wham,
Done.
and not let go. He's like, no, it's mine now. We're done, and you're like, okay, I'm okay.
That was a fun game we played.
He's all muscle. I don't want to fuck with him.
yeah. He will mess you up.
He will. He'll kick you apart. Anyway, I think that covers everything that we
Yeah, I think so.
spend money on.
I could totally go for like Nature Box or one of those ones too, if they had in Canada.
They have,
I
like-
always hear about that on.
What is it like
on
a tree?
podcast.
Like what comes in it?
No, it's snacks.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like snacks.
They're like really tasty treats,
Yep.
but they're all like specially
like apple chips.
Yeah, well, they're not,
Artisanal apple chips.
yeah, they're not good for you because they're delicious treats, but they are, they don't have like whatever bad stuff, and they don't have trans fat or high fructose corn syrup and all that stuff.
Right.
And it's like they have, again, it's like you can get it in Canada, but the shipping is
Yeah, it's
and
excessive, and yeah.
yada yada yada. So
Boo.
boo.
Yeah. I don't think we're doing a second episode of this topic.
Nope.
So I don't know what you're going to look forward to next time. We might be in it again. Who knows? But we'll talk to you next week on the LRRcast, which we are able to do thanks to the kind support of viewers like you, says the PBS Pledge Break.
Thank you for supporting us so that we can then in turn support all these other companies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
and individuals.
It flows through.
And put food in our mouths.
Yeah, that's the more relevant part.
Yeah.
On our Patreon, patreon.com/LoadingReadyRun. We hugely value your support. It's really important to us. Thank you. And so, yeah, that's it for today. And we will talk to you next time.